welcome you all here. I'm super stoked to hear you. And obviously this is, I've titled it Change Your Story, Change Your Life. Perhaps it's quite obvious what that's about. But anyway, here we are. We're here to talk about how we can make progress in our life in a way we are feeling true to ourselves, where we're feeling like we are actually hitting those goals and making progress. But I have to say, it is going to require some personal commitment to ourselves, not to anybody else, but to invest in ourselves and to feel that we are being honest with ourselves, and there's a willingness to recognize what isn't working in our life and what we're not doing and what we need to do, and to have a real desire to make improvements. Now, the group is for women, as you've probably realized, but it's for those who are genuine about making improvements spiritually and emotionally. So it's not about me giving you business advice or marketing advice or anything like that. It's really about an equal exchange. Women do that so well, and we are great at collaborating. And so I want us to appreciate that this is the space that we're in. It's a time for us to listen to each other without necessarily offering advice. We're here to respect each other's space. Now, I am going to ask you all at different times I'm going to open it up to share, and I think we get the most value out of it when we do. It's a safe space. We don't need to comment upon someone else, but we know how to be respectful when someone's sharing. And of course, there's no obligation to share. It will be an opportunity for you to have some awarenesses, I hope. So I hope you've got a pad and pen. So when something drops in for you, or you've got a little aha moment, please write it down for yourself. Now, I'll be here to sort of guide the conversation, maybe offer some suggestions, but it truly is meant to be an equal exchange, a space that's equal for everybody. Now, let me just stop the share for a moment, come back to me. How do I make this bigger? Here we go. Great, much better to look at each other than a screen. First of all, let you know why I started this group, and it is going to be a monthly group. So through my work as a tarot card reader and soul coaching, I've heard a very, very similar theme from all of my clients, from all of you women, and that is this really strong desire to want to progress and improve your life. Now, all of you are going to have your own stories, your own situation, your own landscape. That's a given, but there is a very common, strong theme from all of you. So I thought, well, let's get together, let's share, let's talk about what's common, because it's when women come together and we create that circle that feels safe to share that we learn from each other. So that's my reason for bringing the group together. And besides, you're all awesome women. I know you've got to share. It's not about me knowing everything. We all go through very, very similar experiences. So that's why I put it together. Now, I know that in many ways, many of you have felt you've had the struggle to feel valued in your own life, to feel heard on many occasions. Sometimes you may find yourself dealing with your own negative patterns of behavior. It could be from now, it could be from years gone, you know, that conditioning that we have of doing the same old, or perhaps even how we've been brought up. We do, over a period of time, tend to have avoidance strategies for doing the stuff we know we want to do, not that we should do. This is not about shoulds. This is about creating the life that we want to have. So we end up in this cycle we find it difficult to break free from. And, you know, you all say the same thing to me, but how do I take the next step? And sometimes it's the timing, it's our readiness to receive the advice, it's our readiness to take the next step. Sometimes we need a little kick up the bum, or a big kick up the bum, whatever the case may be. And it's also coming to a place of a deeper knowing and understanding of ourselves. And that's really what life is all about, is to know thyself well. Because when we do, we develop confidence in ourselves to be our true self. And that's really what we're aiming to do, is to be our true self. So what does progress and improvement in your life look like? So we're going to examine that today. Now, it could be in the area of your health. You may want to progress and improve your health. It could be the way you are habitually thinking and seeing your world. what you tell yourself all the time. It could be that you want to improve in your communication, which helps your relationships. It could be your environment that you're in. Now, Sam, you've just improved your environment by moving home. Yay, you. It could be job, it could be finances, it could be a whole host of things. So, or it might even just be a project that you can't get off the ground and you really want to, but you're struggling to do it. So they're just ideas. I'm going to be asking you to share with me what's going on in your life. But all up, what I'm hearing you say is that you want to feel that you matter in your life as well as your own community. You want to feel heard and valued. This is what's coming out when I'm speaking with you individually. You want to stop retelling the same story over and over. We've all got a story that we keep telling ourselves. We repeat it over and over as if to validate or justify why we're stuck. Oh, but I've got my story. We've all got our story. But at some point, at some level, it's serving you to keep telling that story. But you know underneath it all that you want to give that up and have a new story because it's not getting you where you want to go. Yeah. You want to believe in your own worth and value. I know you do. We all do. Yeah. And you, I know at the heart of it all, you want to discover how to rekindle that love and passion for yourself as well as for others, but you first. So let's dive in. Let's work out how we can recognize our own strengths and gifts and activate those in our life and what we need to do to become a better version of ourselves. Now, this is not an overnight thing. This takes time, but we're here for the journey together, and I'm here to walk with you on this journey, hence the conversation. I'm not perfect. I'm going through it all myself as well. So I've got my stuff going on. So the conversation helps me too. I just want to welcome Sue. Sue, you're very welcome to put your microphone on when you're ready to join us and just be in this conversation. There's nothing stiff and upper about this. We're all going to be here sharing. So you're very welcome to join us, Sue, when you're ready.
Thank you.
Now, I know that for many of us over the past 1 or 2 years, we kept getting bombarded with everything that we can't do. We keep being told what we can't do. You know, we've had our restrictions massively impeded, told, you know, that we have to behave in a certain way, do certain things. And, you know, over a period of time, that's really gives you a sense of a lack of choice and a lack of freedom. That's what we're hearing all the time. But what I want to remind us all is that's a load of hogwash. We do have a tendency to get swept up in it. And it's so, so important to remember that we do have choice in our life. And we mustn't forget that because there is such a big wave of conditioning that we're hearing about how we don't have choice and we don't have freedom. So we've got to remember we always do. We can't control our external circumstances, but we can certainly practice thinking, believing, doing from a place of inner power, okay? And that's really important. Right, so with all of that being said, are you guys ready to have a conversation about what you can do in your life? So give me a hands up. Thank you, Dee. All right, I'm going to assume that's why you're all here. Thanks, Renee. That's awesome.
Excuse me. Sorry, Rebecca, is my video not working?
I can't see you, Sue.
No, I don't know why. My end says it's working anyway. Sorry, I'll work on that. It's okay.
That's okay. I know you're there, so that's all good. So we know that you want to progress your life. We know that you want to activate your dreams. And so we're going to talk about how we're going to change your story and change your life because it is an inner game. It's not about what's going on around us. Shit happens all the time. But we've got to remember how to focus on the inner game. All right. So we're going to look at what progress looks like for you this year. And, you know, it's funny how when we start talking about it, it's so much easier how, you know, we can know something, but it doesn't drop in until we start talking about it. So that's why we're here. When we talk about it, we open up a door of, oh, now I get it. Okay, so that's why it's so important that we share and we talk about it. So we're going to talk about what progress looks like for you. And as you are talking, you may have an awareness or two. So you may be sitting there going, I have no friggin' idea what progress looks like today. Or you might. What kind of changes do you want to see in yourself? Not necessarily around you, but in you. Okay. What's stopping you? What are the sorts of things that you keep coming up against that's blocking you? So we're going to look at those things. Now, I am going to take you on a path and on a journey. And broadly speaking, I want to show you what personal transformation looks like. And that's why we're here. We're here to understand, well, what does personal transformation look like?